Just because we're all stuck at home doesn't mean we can't stay active. So I've designed a quick 10-minute workout that we can do, complete with about a 3-minute warm-up. You can run through it once and be done after 10 minutes, or you can do it twice for a total of 20 minutes. All right, the only thing you might need is a yoga mat and a chair or the edge of a couch or something like that. You'll definitely want to have that. Otherwise, all you got to do is try to keep up. All right, let's go. So we've got, again, about a 3-minute warm-up. And the first exercise is going to be a march in place. So make sure you've got a nice clear space. You won't kick anything. And let's get going. So, got high knees. Let the arms swing naturally. If this is a little easy for you, you can take it up and make it a jog in place. Trying to land nice and light on your feet. Landing toe ball, heel of each foot. We've got about 10 seconds left. And of course, you're always welcome to jog for a little bit and then take it back to a march if you need to. Otherwise, we're down to about 5 seconds. All right, moving on. Next exercise is going to be a high knee pull. So same movement of the knees, this time adding the arms, pulling knee to opposite elbow. It's going to get a little bit of core work involved. So you find a little twist. And of course, again, if you want to add a hop to this, you can take up the cardio a little bit. The whole objective of this first 3 minutes is to get you a little bit winded. Not to get you breathless, just to get you feeling warm, like you want to shed some layers. Maybe start panting a little bit. Got 10 seconds. Down to 5, 4, 3, 2. All right, let's take this into a side step here. So getting into the outer hips, inner thighs a little bit. Again, we're here for 30 seconds. Once you have the leg movement down, and it can be faster or slower than mine, we can add the arms. Arms come out to shoulder height, and we're going to pull. If this feels like too much coordination, hands can stay on hips. Otherwise, we're pulling. Another 5 seconds. Hands go to hips. You're going to keep this side step going, but add a heel curl or a hamstring curl. And I'll turn sideways so you can see what I'm doing here. Once you have that, you want to add the arms as a bicep curl. As your heel goes to your butt, hands come up to the shoulders. And once again, if you want to make this a little hoppy, you can. At 10 seconds. Last 3 and 2. All right. So imagine you're on a yoga mat. You might even be on a yoga mat. And make your way all the way back to the end of the yoga mat, the back end of the yoga mat. From here, you're going to bend your knees a lot. Walk your hands forward to a push-up position. Maybe do a push-up. Walk your hands back, bending your knees as much as you can, and stand. All right, so from the side, I call this a walkout. Let's do 2 more, and if you want to make it a little bit more, you can add a little hop at the top. Last one. All right, and then that should leave us pretty thoroughly warmed up. Oh, let's do 1 more. I got 1 more for you. It's going to be a wide stance, kind of like we do in yoga. Toes and knees equally turn out. And we just got a little lunge. And we're going to go side to side for 30 seconds. And each time kind of monitoring to make sure that your feet are turned out in the same way that your knees are turned out. We'll do another 10 seconds. I want you to feel those hips. Down to 5. All right, so moving into the bulk of the workout. Again, make sure you have enough space. We'll be moving around a little bit more. You have a chair handy. Grab your water. I'll keep track of the time. You don't have to do anything but keep moving, all right? So 10 exercises. Each one's going to be done for 45 seconds. First one is going to be a squat. So what I'm going to have you do is take your feet a little bit wider than your hips. Again, allowing your feet and your knees to turn out the same amount. You'll hear a beep periodically. That's just my stopwatch. All right, and sideways. You can see that my hips are moving back more than my knees are moving forward, but my knees are moving forward a bit. And you can make this as kind of deep a movement as you want to. It might even just be a little squat. You're still doing the work. Of course, working into those larger muscles of the thighs and the back of the pelvis, quadriceps and glute max. You'll feel your inner thighs working also. And definitely a little bit of cardio. We've got 10 seconds. What I didn't tell you is that for every 45 seconds of work, we've got a 15-second break. So here's your 15-second break. Grab some water if you want, jog in place. Okay, next exercise is going to be a push-up, and this is where you might want your chair or your couch. "45 seconds is a long time to do push-ups. Do your best. I've got this chair here. I'm going to keep a nice firm plank pose, just like you do in yoga, letting my elbows come out to the sides, just till they meet the sides of my body. And then I'm exhaling to press up. Okay, so a little bit harder version. Knees to the floor. Same movement. Elbows come slightly out to the sides. And exhale to press up. And of course, you guys know the full push-up position, coming onto the toes. And we are down to 5 seconds. All right, you got a little 15-second break. Good time for some water. Moving into an alternating lunge next, so we're going to come into more leg work, a little bit of cardio. We'll be stepping forward from the back of your mat, alternating the foot that goes. Okay, you can make this easier by not squatting as deeply and by shortening the length of your stance. Each time you step, the feet are hips distance apart. Notice that my front knee is staying right over my front ankle, and my back knee is not touching the floor. Down to about 10 seconds. If you started on your right leg, do your best to finish on your left. Down to about 5. All right. From here, grab that chair again. Make sure it doesn't slide on you. Gonna work the back of the upper arm with some dips. All right, so draw the shoulders back. Slide your tush off the edge of the couch. Bring the feet forward, lowering down, keeping your shoulders higher than your elbows. If you want to make it easier, feet come underneath your knees. If you want to make it harder, take them out. Exhale as you push up. And of course, if this bothers your shoulder, sit this one out. You've got about 5 seconds. Let's see if we can do 2 more. Ready? 1, 2. Good. All right. Set that chair aside. Going back to the cardio, and this is going to be a jumping jack. I'll show you a low impact version first and then a little bit harder version second. Get ready. All right, so low impact, with or without the hands. Just stepping one foot out to the side, you got the arms, they go out too. Otherwise, it's traditional jumping jack. And again, you can mix it up a little bit. If this is too much, take it back here. Got 10 seconds. 5. Keep going. 4. I hope you're not just sitting there watching me do this. All right, plank is next. Catch your breath. Same versions that we have in a usual yoga class. You can go plank from your knees, plank on your elbows, or plank from your toes and hands. All right, so we're here. Thighs firm, belly button draws in, push the floor away. If you find that you're looking under your body, instead lift your gaze a little bit. Make sure you're still pressing through the inner edges of your hands. It's often tempting to kind of rock onto the outside edges of the hands. Just integrate the muscles of the shoulders and the arms a little bit more efficiently when you find that even press. Okay, resist the sag through the low back. You only have 5 seconds. You have 4, 3, there it is. All right, moving into our side step or shuffle. So if you're in a little garage like me, or your basement or your office, you're gonna do a little side step. If you're outside, maybe good for you, we're doing a shuffle. All right, I'm gonna do a little bit of both. Here we go. So I'm gonna take 2. You make it harder, you get a little bit lower to the ground. Make it easier, you're here. Good, get yourself breathing a little bit. Get yourself breathing heavy. Got 10 seconds, finish it up. 5 seconds. All right. How you doing? I wish I could ask you. Going into a side plank. So same options. You can do this from your elbow. You can be on your knees or your hands and your foot. I'm going to do this from my elbow and my foot. Here we go. So again, do your best to stack your hips, stack your shoulders. Make sure that whatever your foundation is, whether it's your hand or your elbow, that it's directly underneath your shoulder. And then pressing into the outer edge of your foot or the outer edge of your knee. And you're down to 10 seconds, so just hang in there a little bit longer. Tell yourself you can do that. Just 1 more second. Just 1 more second. Now you're down to 3 more seconds. Good. All right. And then we have 15 seconds to switch sides. Going in 3, in 2. Check your foundation. You guys, we have 1 exercise left. It's about 30 seconds away, which means we only got about 20 seconds of this. Stay with me. Keep breathing. Keep drawing the low belly in. Drawing those hips away from the floor. You got 10 seconds. Nicely done. Go ahead and release your hips down. All right, last exercise. Gonna get back into cardio a little bit. It's gonna be either a jump squat or a side step squat, and I'll show you what that means. So a jump squat, you're gonna tap the floor, keeping your gaze up, hips drop, chest stays up, and then we hop together. Okay, so that's the hard version. Easier version, you step, maybe tap, maybe don't. Alternate the sides to which you step. Okay, got that? All right, or you're here. And again, you don't actually have to touch the floor, but it's a nice challenge. Hips down, eyes up. Hips down, eyes up. Eyes come up, chest stays up. Breathe. It's gonna go quickly. It's the last thing we're doing. Come on. 15 seconds. Maybe you can pick up the pace just for the last 10. Nice job. So from here, you can rewind to about the 3 or 4 minute mark, do that again, or you can be done. Take a yoga class. That's also a free offering here. It's a nice way to stretch out, let your heart rate come down. Nice job. Thanks for joining me.